Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good afternoon to you guys all out there, wherever you are. It is a beautiful hot afternoon here in Southeast Asia, my dear friends. Well, Enzo Maresca has spoken. He had the first press conference ahead of the game against Real Betis, UEFA Conference League final press conference. Yes, we have been told it's going to be two press conferences. Today being the first one, then a night before the game, the second press conference for the Conference League. So today he addressed the press, the media. Initially, I was like, Chelsea's game is on Sunday, and usually our press conference is supposed to be on Friday. Why then? Before I discovered that it is a Conference League press conference. And speaking, he made the press, or he made us to understand that he was not even available. He met Chelsea players only yesterday after Chelsea's game against Manchester United. He met the players only yesterday. Yes, according to him, the entire squad, the players were given 2 days off. And he himself too was absent in yesterday's training. So he's meeting the players for the first time today, dear friends. What happened to him? Guess what? Maresca was in Madrid. He says he was in Madrid on Sunday watching Atletico versus Real Betis game. I hope this time around, what he went to see, he'll be able to implement a good strategy. Because he's fond of saying, oh, I watched their game 5-6 times. Oh, I took my time, I watched the game, my opponent's game. Like Manchester United. He said he watched their games 5 times, their videos. Yet, you go and watch them, you watch their videos, and you come back and we don't see any difference. I hope this time around you flew all the way to Madrid. Yes, not with your money. Most probably, private jet even, sometimes. And you went and watched their games, Real Betis game, coming back next week. But you know, my only worry is that the attention should have been given or focused more on the game on Sunday. And listen to what Maresca said regarding Sunday's game. Yes, regarding Sunday's game, he spoke about it. I want to give you a few information before we go to the transfer news. I'm about to talk about transfer news. Maresca says Philip Jorgensen will be the man to mount the goalpost against Real Betis, not with Nottingham. So Jorgensen is going to be playing the finals of the Conference League as a goalkeeper. Now he said, despite being in the Conference League final, we will still have to play on Sunday, our last game of the season. And he was not happy about it. He questioned the decision why Real Betis will have extra 48 hours to prepare, for the final of the Conference League when Chelsea don't have that luxury. He questioned that decision and he says he was not sure if it is from UEFA or from Spanish League, which I even know. For me, I know that Real Betis, they seek permission from the Spanish League. Spanish League permitted them to play their game, I think, on Friday. Yeah, they had to play their last league game on Friday to have more time to prepare for, the final against Chelsea. Maresca on Real Betis having more rest ahead of the final. He said, I am not happy 100%. You cannot allow a team 48 hours more rest when we play in European final. I don't know if it's from La Liga or UEFA. If I ask if it is a normal to play a final where the team has 48 hours more, it's not normal. The truth is that this is not coming from UEFA. This is coming from the Spanish League, La Liga. They want the team from La Liga to win the trophy. And so they decided to shift their game. Premier League should have done the same. Unfortunately, over the years, the last games of the season always come off concurrently. The last games of the season always comes off concurrently. That means that every game will be taking place the same time all the kickoff time are the same in the Premier League. Now, is it possible Chelsea could appeal to UEFA to shift the game date to a different, maybe Saturday, to allow Chelsea to have enough rest and prepare for the game? That is up to Chelsea. They failed to do it. By now, I believe it's too late. By now, or the Premier League could have written to UEFA explaining the position that, oh, our games are going to be playing concurrently. And with Chelsea in a Conference League final, Thursday night football, it will not be fair. So the Premier League could have written to UEFA and UEFA will consider it. But the Premier League did not do anything about that. Chelsea also did not act. Who do you blame? Who do you blame? Maresca. And you see, my worry is that this is more like an excuse Enzo Maresca is trying to give in advance. Legitimately, yes, he is right. But who do you blame? Do you blame Real Betis? No. You don't blame them. You have to blame your club and blame your league. You don't blame Real Betis because it is the Spanish La Liga that gave Real Betis that privilege. It is what it is. Maresca says he will see the players for the first time, like I said earlier on. Today, following the win over Man United, they had 2 days off. Yeah, that is it. That is what else do I need to say about Maresca? He said a lot at the press conference that for me are not really important because our focus is on Sunday's game. So therefore, quickly, guys, I want to go to some transfer news. Then we take it from there. Yeah. Chelsea are evaluating Rodrygo's situation and considering making a proposal to Real Madrid. Rodrygo has been unstable since the arrival of Mbappe at Real Madrid. Now, Chelsea are considering the situation. They are considering of making a proposal to the player. To Real Madrid. That is the report we are receiving. Now, okay, before I say whatever I want to say, it is understood that Real Madrid are interested in Chelsea's own Enzo Fernandez. Real Madrid are interested in Enzo Fernandez. Yes. According to the report, in Spain, Enzo Fernandez is set to join Real Madrid. And the announcement is expected after the Club World Cup. These are all unconfirmed reports. But for this news to be coming up, this is just like we hearing Rodrygo. Chelsea are preparing a proposal, right? So it's somehow linked up in a way. Are we to see a trade in here? Is it about trading in here? Enzo Maresca going to Real Madrid and Rodrygo coming to Chelsea. Now, Chelsea, according to the reports, Chelsea will not receive anything less than £150 million for Enzo. If that is the case, Real Madrid, as we know, they don't pay that much for players any longer. They prefer the player to run down his contract and then they will sign him free. But if it is about a deal of exchange, then maybe they pay the balance, 70 million, 80 million, extra. They have to pay. That will be easier. But for Real Madrid to pay 150 million for Enzo Fernandez, I doubt it. I doubt it. So, most probably, it's going to be a swap. Rodrygo to Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez to Madrid. Let me point out this. For me, I know in midfield, Enzo's position, we have Andrew Santos coming in. We have him coming in. And one of the reasons why we cannot play Lavia and Caicedo together is because of Enzo Fernandez's rule. It's something which we Chelsea fans, it will be like more of heartbroken. Just like how we lost Conor Gallagher. It will be unfair for Chelsea fans to lose Enzo as well for Rodrygo. Because There is no, how will I put it, guarantee that Rodrygo will flourish in the league. There is no guarantee. We have Enzo right now that is a leader on the field. Just like Conor Gallagher was, deputy captain Conor Gallagher was. We allowed him cheaply to go to Atletico Madrid. And then we got Joao Felix. I'm sorry to use the word foolishly. Joao Felix. We got him foolishly back into Chelsea. And we let go Conor Gallagher. Are we going to make the same or similar mistake by letting go Enzo Fernandez to Real Madrid and taking Rodri? Rodri is a good player, yes, no doubt. But not every player that flourishes in Spain that can flourish in the Premier League. This is untested, untried player coming to the Premier League. I know Chelsea have Andrew Santos coming in. Wouldn't it be better we have Santos as a backup for Enzo rather than letting him go to Real Madrid? It is a question. Maybe you guys will have to tell me in the comment section. Exclusively, these are transfer news, latest transfer news. All right. Chelsea have opened talks with Ajax over the signing of Jarrell Hacho. Jarrell is a player Chelsea have been watching from last season, a defender, center back. Now, the truth of the matter is Chelsea was looking at Jarrell at the same time we were looking at Dean Hodgson. Now, Hodgson is gone to Real Madrid. So the options available now is McGuire with Crystal Palace and Jarrell of Ajax. McGuire, I believe it will be the best signing if Chelsea is to get, if we want to get him, because he's a Premier League product. He was our player, tested in the Premier League. And his partnership with Trevor Chalobah, even with Crystal Palace, was excellent. So if we are to get McGuire from Crystal Palace in that central role as a partner with Trevor Chalobah, good. But you see, the problem is that Chelsea are still interested in selling Trevor Chalobah. When the player is beginning to pick form, to get settled in, we want to let him go again. Like we did before. Now, to bring in Hacho from Ajax. Just like we brought in Badashile, we brought in Disasi, and they didn't flourish. Now, we are selling them this season, right? Are we going to make the same or similar mistakes? It is what it is. Jared is a good player, no doubt. He is an excellent defender. But an excellent defender in Holland is different from an excellent defender in the Premier League. Ladies and gentlemen, I am about to run up. It is what it is. What else? You always want to hear Victor Osimhen. Juventus are working with Victor Osimhen's entourage and preparing an offer of 80 million euros through the footballer's attorney. President De Laurentiis wants 100 million but would prefer a sale abroad. Osimhen's preference remains the Premier League. Yeah, the player's preference remains the Premier League, but Juventus, ladies and gentlemen, as we understand, are equally in the phrase. Victor Osimhen to Juventus. Chelsea! Are we or are we not? Now, on your screen now, 4 strikers that have all been on Chelsea's list for a while. Sesko, 45 games, 21 goals, 6 assists. Victor Gyökeres, 51 games, 53 goals, 12 assists. I'm taking that again. Victor Gyökeres, 51 games, 53 goals, and 12 assists. Isak from Newcastle, 41 games, 27 goals and 6 assists. And then Victor Osimhen, Galatasaray. 39 games, 35 goals, 7 assists. You know what? Let me just say this. We've been talking about these players for so long. As you can see there right now, Gyökeres seems to be ahead of all of them. Then maybe the next you can talk about is Osimhen. If we cannot get Osimhen's deal, Chelsea should just go in for Gyökeres. We cannot, Chelsea fans cannot sit down and be watching and all the best players going to other clubs. That is why as we speak, none of the pundits rate Chelsea against Nottingham Forest. None. Zero. So far, almost about 6-7 pundits that I listen to, none of the pundits rate Chelsea to beat Nottingham Forest. How? Since when? Chelsea, my club, the pride of London, no pundits so far, about 6 that I listened to, none of them rated Chelsea to win the game against Nottingham Forest. Yes, it's an away game, but since when would Nottingham Forest be dragging position with Chelsea? Since when? Since when did Nottingham Forest start to drag position with Chelsea? Not in my adult life. Not when I began to enjoy football. Yeah, maybe in those days, maybe in the 80s or 70s. Fine, I have no idea. I don't have those records. They are beginning to underrate us because we don't have what it takes to win. And the players that we need to start winning are the players that I just called here right now. Guys, tonight is going to be Manchester City versus who? Bournemouth. Manchester City versus Bournemouth. I hope Bournemouth will get a job done for me. I'll see you guys all in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.